Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Georgia Southern University's Spring Commencement Ceremony. Before we officially begin, please listen to several announcements. These are presented in the interest of making this day more comfortable for you and memorable for our graduates. Before and during the ceremony, please remain in your seats. Your movements may be disruptive to the ceremony. Candidates and guests, please remain at your seat until the stage party has filed out. Then meet your family outside the arena. If you are planning to spend the rest of the day in Savannah, please plan to move your car after the ceremony because security will be closing the parking lots here. Family and friends, photographs may be taken from your seats, but please do not move around during the ceremony. Graduates, a professional photographer will take your picture twice during the ceremony. Please stop on the X as you cross the stage, and then again as you exit the stage. In the unlikely event of an emergency today, we will make an announcement from the stage and ask you to follow directions from building security and university police. Commencement is a special and important occasion for the graduates and for all of you who have come here, many from a long distance, to witness this memorable event. Names of the graduates will be called at a pace that will keep the proceedings moving as quickly as possible. Every family wants to hear the name of their graduate called. Please give all graduates and their families and friends the opportunity to hear their names. Certainly, we all feel like cheering when our special graduate crosses the stage. But that may prevent others from hearing the name of their graduate. In fairness, the last graduate today should be granted the same attention and respect as the very first. Finally, out of respect for the great accomplishments of all of our graduates, please silence all cell phones now. Your cooperation will be very much appreciated in making this occasion one of dignity and decorum befitting Georgia Southern University. Now, please rise as you are able for the processional.
Please remain standing as you are able for the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated, and good afternoon. I am Kyle Marrero, and I have the great honor of serving as president of Georgia Southern University. On behalf of Georgia Southern University's faculty, staff, students, administrators, and especially our class of 2023, I welcome you to our spring commencement ceremony. This is our 5th ceremony, and we're ready to go with you here in End Market Arena. First, let me thank Elizabeth Jones, a freshman studying music industry, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Great job, Elizabeth. Graduates, congratulations on your special day where we recognize the importance of this occasion in your life. I don't need to tell you about your unique college journey, which has been challenging for all of us, but I am so very proud of how together we have persevered, allowing us to have a successful semester, and today, our commencement ceremony. Let us also take a moment in appreciation of the efforts of all of those who have helped you along the way. Graduates, please take this opportunity to turn, wave, and thank your family and friends who are here today to celebrate your accomplishment. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, everybody that's here. This graduation is a momentous occasion for Georgia Southern University as well as for all of you. Today, you are part of history at Georgia Southern. Approximately 4,200 students will graduate this semester with associate's, baccalaureate, master's, specialist, and doctoral degrees. Before we get to our speakers today, I want to call attention to a couple items in your program. First, I want to recognize the members of the platform party who are listed on page 17 of your commencement program. Second, I want to call attention to the university's values, mission, and vision listed on page 7 of your program. You see, at Georgia Southern, these are more than just words on a document. They are our map, our guiding principles for which we stand in the environment we will foster. We strive every day to model our values of collaboration, academic excellence, discovery and innovation, integrity, openness and inclusion, and sustainability. We work every day to enhance the global impact of our students, faculty, staff, and alumni. And every day we call for a culture at Georgia Southern where every one of you and every one of us understands the critical role we each play in achieving the goals of the institution and ultimately the success of you, our graduates. At the front line of these efforts are our faculty, who provide a critical connection to our students and who are individual mentors to these graduates. Each graduate will have their own very special story about a professor whose inspiration and interest shaped their success, not only in college, but also in their careers, in ways that will be appreciated even more as their future unfolds. Caring faculty, committed to the success of our students, is a hallmark of Georgia Southern University. I ask now that the faculty of Georgia Southern University please rise. To the graduates, I say, please show your thanks and applaud these dedicated individuals who've guided you along your journey. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to invite our Student Government Association President, Ms. Alexis Belvin, to the podium to congratulate our graduates. Alexis?
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, staff, and the class of 2023. It is an honor to stand before you all today and have served as your SGA president. During my time, I've had the opportunity to give 8 commencement remarks over the last 2 years. Yet today, this one invokes a different feeling in me as this commencement hits home. I am now able to deliver a message to the audience who has felt and experienced everything at the same time I have, the class of 2019. Today is our day. We've all had to experience coming in as freshmen and getting sent home due to COVID-19 and transitioning from what we hoped to what it had to be. The journey we had from that moment up until now is not something that no one else can share but us. Everyone's flight to the finish line had their own ups and downs. But one thing that remains the same for us all was our will to soar above the challenges. I read somewhere, a river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but its persistence. As today marks a day of celebration, don't forget to reflect. Reflection gives us perspective. Perspective gives us understanding, and understanding gives us wisdom. As I close, I want to pay tribute to what I've heard someone once say. You are not what you have done, you are what you overcome. The past does not define you, it prepares you. As everyone receives their degrees today, remember that you are a walking testimony. E.F. Commencement once said, eagles come in all shapes and sizes, but you will recognize them chiefly by their attitudes. Go be great and never lose sight of the eagle within. Class of 2023, we made it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alexis, and congratulations on your graduation just this week, and she'll be continuing with us with a master's program this fall. Now I have the pleasure of introducing the president of our Alumni Association, Mr. Chris Nowicki, to offer congratulations. Chris?
Good afternoon. All right, there's a room full of excited people in here, so we're going to try this all over again. Good afternoon. That's the energy I was expecting, because I know that's what each one of you and you all are feeling in this stands today. On behalf of the more than 146,000 Georgia Southern alumni here and around the world, we congratulate you, the class of 2023. Now, in a room full of this many people, I know I have to be surrounded by fellow alumni. So if you are alumni of Georgia Southern, please wave and let us know that you are here today. To all of our graduates, you are surrounded by your fellow alumni, and to a family of folks that you all will be joining today. It is always to be great to be surrounded by fellow Eagles in this room. Now, graduates, today is a very, very special day for you and your families. And I know the road to get here was not easy for any of you. But you are stronger today because of your journey at Georgia Southern University. And because of that, I know each one of you are ready to go out and lead in your profession and live in the community, lead in the community where you live. For some of you, you may be earning your first degree. For others, you're joining a very special group of doubles or even triple eagles. Whatever your path has been, you are starting a lifetime as a member of a group of alumni who are recognized as innovative, groundbreaking, service-minded, and without a doubt, accomplished. While you are celebrating, take a moment and remember those who helped you, those who have encouraged you along the way. I promise you, their encouragement and motivation to each one of you is an important part of your success and help you get to where you are today. As you turn the page in the chapter of life, whether you remain here in the state of Georgia, maybe somewhere else in the country, or even around the world, I hope you'll remember to lean back and connect with your alumni association and give back to this institution that we all love. As you depart today, do not let this be your last visit to campus. I challenge each of you to think about how you'll give back to this great university, give back in the same ways that it has given to you, so that future students will have the same great experience that you all as an Eagle. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you, and welcome to the Alumni Association. Go Eagles and Hail Southern.
Thank you so much, Chris. We are so very proud of our alumni and the continued support they provide to Georgia Southern University. Graduates and guests, it is now my great honor to introduce this afternoon's commencement speaker, Rebecca King, a double Eagle who works for the American College of Surgeons in Washington, D.C., where she advocates on behalf of more than 75,000 surgeons and their patients in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. In her role as a state lobbyist, she empowers surgeons to engage state legislators on a wide variety of health policy issues, such as Medicaid expansion, surgical quality and safety, physician payment, medical liability reform, cancer screenings and prevention, state trauma system funding, and many more. Prior to her career in government affairs, Rebecca managed an employee wellness program for a National Cancer Research Institute in Maine, as well as managed the National Health Service Corps program for a 9-hospital healthcare system in upstate New York. Her experiences range from optimizing a surgical line of a $2.5 billion healthcare system to designing and implementing national patient health education programs. This career all started with a Bachelor of Science in Public Health and a Master of Healthcare Administration from, yes, you guessed it, Georgia Southern University. Now, Rebecca is actively involved with the premier networking organization Women in Government Relations, where she completed the Judy Schneider Policy Fellowship and is co-chair of the Georgia Southern DC Area Alumni Network. Please give a warm Eagle Nation welcome to our commencement speaker, Ms. Rebecca King.
Well, thank you, Dr. Marrero, for that kind introduction. You know, this past week, I was reminiscing with a few friends about our days at Georgia Southern, and somehow we got onto this topic of how far we've come since graduating. Completely out of the blue, one of them asked, "What's the greatest mistake you've made in your career?" And without even skipping a beat, I responded, "Well, I hope it's not fumbling this commencement address on Saturday." But on a more serious note, it's an incredible honor and privilege to speak before the class of 2023. It wasn't that long ago I was sitting exactly where you are now, excited for the future, concerned about making the right career moves, ready to say goodbye to certain classmates, and dreading parting ways with others. I would never have thought I would be speaking to you just 6 years after my own graduation. And as a first-generation college student from a small town in Georgia, I'm used to feeling like an underdog in this race of life, something I know that many of you can relate to. Entering a competitive job market during uncertain political and economic times was daunting. Interviewing for postgraduate opportunities, I found myself sitting in spaces that were wildly out of my comfort zone. Whether it was wearing a business suit for the first time, meeting people who had never heard of Statesboro, Georgia, or being the only female candidate in a group interview. There was always another hurdle, both internally and externally, I needed to jump over. I can remember the anxiety flowing through my body, racing heart rate, and sleepless nights. Landing a new job opportunity became my obsession. I thought that if I could just get my dream job, everything would fall into place. Well, breaking news, it doesn't. Fast forward to the first week of my healthcare administrative fellowship, and once again, I found myself surrounded by the unknown. This time, however, I was at a cookout hosted for C-suite executives. Just like the many interviews I experienced before, and to quote the legendary rapper Eminem, my palms were sweaty, knees weak, and arms were heavy. To say I felt like an imposter was an understatement, and the more conversations I had, the more I felt like I didn't belong. The first conversation I entered was all about what we thought the best ski resorts were in the area. Now, not only could I not afford to ski, but let's just say my fine education here at Southern didn't teach me how to swoosh around the slopes in Aspen. The second conversation I entered was a debate about Mercedes and BMWs. At that time, my only idea of luxury was just being able to drive my car past the auto mechanic without stopping. And then the third conversation I entered was about the intricacies of hiring professional cleaning staff for your home. I thought to myself that my tiny apartment was probably smaller than their 4-car garages filled with the aforementioned Mercedes and BMWs. Struggling to find shared experiences with others while also trying to make a name for yourself will make you question all your life decisions up to that moment. But what I failed to realize that day, or even months after, was how to harness my own power and how much I deserved to be at that cookout with those executives. See, believing you are an imposter in a place where you deserve to be is just a normal response to internalizing impossibly high standards. Instead of trying to impress others by how much we know of their craft or their culture, we should teach them something new about our craft or our culture. You have so much to contribute, and your voice matters. If you feel like you don't fit into the conversation, then you have the power to change it. Those who feel they are underdogs are often the same people who are underrepresented in spaces where decisions are being made. Sure, I joked about these seemingly superficial conversations at a cookout, but these are the types of conversations that can ultimately lead to deeper ones. These types of conversations can build relationships and expose new opportunities to share our voices and our narratives. Even when we think we're the underdogs, our stories might just be the most valuable ones in the room. If you feel like you don't fit into the conversation, then you have the power to change it. And if that doesn't work, and you need permission to change course, then here it is. Throughout my fellowship, I knew I had a passion for health policy that only grew stronger every time I stepped foot into the hospital. But I was scared. I was terrified at the thought of changing course. For fear of the unknown can paralyze us at precisely the time we should be embracing a new risk or new opportunity. I knew that if I left the career path I was on to start over in our nation's capital, it would require my family to make the sacrifices I wasn't sure we could afford. It wasn't until 3 years later that we finally decided to take the leap and move to Washington, D.C. It's both exhilarating and humbling to start your career over and move to a city where you don't know anyone. You learn new things about yourself and the world around you. For example, I learned that the National Mall is, in fact, not a shopping mall complete with a food court, but instead a patch of grass with overpriced food trucks. As a survivor of changing careers, hear me when I say, if you feel the need to pivot in your career, pivot early and don't be afraid to make short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. Know that uncertainty is simply the precursor to growth. Let me say that again. Uncertainty is simply the precursor to growth. For me, starting over meant a $30,000 pay cut in salary, selling our first home just 1 month after getting the keys, and becoming a single-car family. While difficult at the time, I'm forever grateful for taking the risk every morning when I end my commute with a view of the U.S. Capitol building. The story of the underdog is not about luck or coincidental endings, but a perseverance and creative grit. Because no matter your education, experience, or background, our grit is what separates us from the competition. And the more places we have Georgia Southern alumni, the more we will feel like we belong in these conversations. As alumni, we get to decide how much impact the Eagle Nation can have. We get to decide whether we want to play at the regional level or global level, and we get to decide what industries we influence and what innovations we lead. From today forward, you are now a part of that we. This is just the beginning of the many accomplishments you will achieve throughout your lifetime. No matter where you find yourself, what challenges you face, or even the life-changing choices you make, the Eagle Nation, we will always be behind you. Class of 2023, this is your moment. The end of one chapter and the beginning of an exciting new one. Building your career and a life you love is by no means easy. I'm still discovering what that will ultimately look like for me. What I do know is that I'm thankful for all the life preparation I received right here at Georgia Southern and for the lessons that helped shape who I am and who I am becoming. If I can only part with a few pieces of young wisdom from my journey thus far, let it be this. Never be afraid to change the conversation and build new ones. Don't let the fear of making sacrifices keep you from your calling. And remember, whatever trails you blaze, other Georgia Southern alumni will follow. Class of 2023, we can't wait to see what the future holds for you and what you will accomplish. Congratulations, and hail Southern.
Great job, Rebecca. Thank you so much for making this special occasion even more memorable for our graduates and guests by helping us to celebrate their achievements and inspiring all of us with your message. Great job, Rebecca. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the university's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Carl Reiber, who will lead us through the remainder of today's ceremony. Dr. Reiber?
Good afternoon. It's a great day for the graduates, and just to make sure you don't forget, tomorrow is Mother's Day, so we want to make sure that all the moms in the audience are taken care of too. Yeah, there we go. Before we begin the conferral of degrees, I'd like to draw your attention to the faculty members who are retiring and have been granted emeritus status by the University System of Georgia Board of Regents. Their accomplishments are listed in your program starting on page 45. Please join me in thanking them for their fine contributions to Georgia Southern University and its students. We will now have the presentation of candidates for our graduate degrees. First, I want to recognize a very special group. Graduate students who have completed 2 or more degrees from the university join a select group called Double or Triple Eagles. Will all of today's Double or Triple Eagles please stand? a truly committed group. The Dean of the Graduate College will present the candidates by degree, and then the President will confer the degrees. We ask that you please hold your applause until all candidates have received their diplomas in order to permit each candidate to have their name heard clearly. Dean Walker, will you please come forward?
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Ashley Walker, and it's my pleasure to serve as Dean of the Jack and Averitt College of Graduate Studies and present candidates for graduate degrees. Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? Let's give them a hand. Mr. President, these candidates have satisfied all requirements prescribed by the university and are entitled to receive the doctoral degree for which they have been recommended. Now, I know this group is ready for the magic words.
Thank you, Dr. Walker. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer on you the degree for which you have been recommended by the faculty of Georgia Southern University with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Congratulations. Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please come forward?
Jack N. Averitt College of Graduate Studies. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Alyssa Lauren Kesselman, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Alyssa Lauren Kesselman, Doctor of Nursing Practice. I've always taken the card. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Elisa Adela Milano, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Aruna Marie, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Brooke Alley, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Corey Arnold, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Tatum Victoria Blitch, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Family and friends, Kira Breen, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Brianna Nicole Brown, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Alexandra Caitlin Bounier, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Crystal Leanne Busby, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Kathleen Margaret Cordone, Doctor of Physical Therapy. I hate this. Give me my Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Chad J. Cortez, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Claire Doroff, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Shelby Nicole Durrance, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. David Faircloth, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Jonathan Caleb Fields, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Jennifer Elise Gerard, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Dominic Justy, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Sydney Catherine Grimes. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Hannah Catherine Jones, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Joshua R. King, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Kelsey Dawn Lewis, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Allie Renee Morgan, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Emily Wren Murphy, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Lauren Elizabeth O'Donohue, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Charity Ann Parker, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Hamali Patel, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Parth Hatendra Patel, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Alexandra Renee Perry, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Matthew Ryan Sanders, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Daniel Joseph Segretti, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Corey Justin Smith, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Preston Sparks, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Sydney Teresa Standard, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Jada McKay Ussery, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Teasy Corinne Cleveland, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Jasmine Sierra Young, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Nancy Screen Jeffrey, Doctor of Public Health. Mr. President, family and friends, Dr. Biabale Joanne Okpiahior, Doctor of Public Health.
All right, we will now have the presentation of candidates for master's degrees. We ask that you hold your applause until graduates have received their diplomas in order to permit each candidate to have their name heard clearly. Will the candidates receiving these degrees please rise as your degree is called? Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Science in Sports Medicine. Mr. President, these candidates are entitled to receive the degree for which they have been recommended upon satisfying all requirements prescribed by the university. Candidates, please remain standing.
Thank you, Dr. Walker. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer on you the degree for which you've been recommended by the faculty of Georgia Southern University, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Graduates, I ask that you come forward, and as you do, please stop at the X and we'll take a beautiful picture together. Come on forward.
Jack N. Averett College of Graduate Studies.
Jorge Collego.
Sophia Natalie Vargas. Anna von Seeberg Jones. Callie Ann Chastain. Ansley Brooke Terhune. Anna Claire Box. Catherine Louise Wise. Anna Elizabeth Sayer. Lillian Catherine Howe. Antonio Tombo Lopez. Isabel Julia Stecker. Morgan Elizabeth Evans. Bailey Danielle Dill. Mariah Dawn Moore. Madison Brianne White. Kamika Renee Vaines. Kanerica Demisha Calhoun. Joseph D. Vondrasek. Andrew Roberts. India Baldwin. Kira Ann Korn. Taylor Brooke Emmons. Antonio Deontay Boone. Ashley Rebecca Fox. Sydney Ashay Campbell. Kaylee Ann Miller. Elena Burnside. Alyssa J. Korn. Juliet Amber Ferrer. Heather Leanne Childers. Cooper S. Henderson. Janelle Marie Banks. Giselle Celine Gersoy. Rachel Kimberly Sue Miller. Sarah Patricia Allen. DeAndrea Denise Frazier. Naila Cyandine Crawford. Alexandria Yvonne Alford. Emanuela Chioma Wanuma. Joy Moralayo Oloyede. Taylor Simone Coleman. Zaratheus Zinston Turner. Amber Danielle Wilson. Carly N. Routman, Kirsten Danielle Coleman, Allison Paige Luby, Benjamin Lee Paquette, Conrante Cody Jr., Michaela Marie Hutley, Jasmine Cherie Knowles, Rebecca Brooke Skeen, Stacy Elise Olivia Pope, Shyla Diane Crenshaw, Crystal Shanice Price Anderson, Aaliyah Marche Guillory, Adara Janae Griggs, Dianiqua Chambray Harris, Michaela Nadia Murphy, Kirsten Monet Johnson, India D. Newton, Jillian Alexandra McAllister, Allison Nicole Weaver, Kelly Corrine Winter,
In preparation for recognizing our bachelor's degrees and associate's degrees candidates, I'd like to first acknowledge some special groups of graduates among those here today. Honors undergraduates are distinguished by their academic achievement, which is reflected in grade point averages signified by consistent excellent work throughout their academic careers. Will the candidates graduating summa cum laude please stand? Will the candidates graduating magna cum laude please stand? Will the candidates graduating cum laude please stand? Candidates, please be seated. Guests, you should hear these academic distinctions with each graduate's name when they cross the stage. In addition, graduates who have completed honors requirements will be identified as being among Georgia Southern University's prestigious Honors College. Will Honors College graduates please stand? Please be seated. These are great distinctions for our students and for Georgia Southern University. Please join me again in congratulating these students and thanking the faculty who have spent so much time helping them. We will now have the presentation of candidates for the undergraduate degrees by the deans of the colleges. Each college will be recognized individually, and then the president will confer all of the undergraduate degrees. Candidates are asked to return to their seat upon receiving their diploma and remain at their seat until the stage party has exited the arena at the conclusion of the ceremony. We ask that you hold your applause until all candidates have received their diplomas in order to permit each candidate to have their name heard clearly. The first college up today is the Jianping Su College of Public Health.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Stuart Tetters, Dean of the Jinping Su College of Public Health. Will the candidates earning degrees from the college please stand? Mr. President, the faculty of the Jinping Su College of Public Health presents these candidates who are eligible upon satisfying all the requirements prescribed by the university to receive the degree for which they've been recommended. Candidates, please be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Whitney Nash, Dean of the Waters College of Health Professions. Will the candidates earning degrees from the college please stand? Mr. President, the faculty of the Waters College of Health Professions present these candidates who are eligible upon satisfying all the requirements prescribed by the university to receive the degree for which they have been recommended. Candidates, please be seated.
Okay, we're getting very close. You excited? All right. I ask that all undergraduate candidates please rise. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer on you the degree for which you have been recommended by the faculty of Georgia Southern University, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Congratulations. I ask now that the first row of candidates please come forward. All other candidates, please be seated until your row is ushered to come forward. And remember to stop by the X to take a lovely picture with me.
Jinping Su, College of Public Health. Sydney Lynn Lorraine Cummings, cum laude. Bernadette G. Smith.
Abdul Rashid Kabore.
Waters College of Health Professions.
Danielle Ruquezo, cum laude. Tyronica Lauren Kelsey, cum laude.
Brett David Fisher. Wanda Gale Bryant.
Jerry Thomas William Looney.
Jacob Bryant Martin, magna cum laude. Abdulaziz Jamiu Usman. Caroline Rose Moore. Bailey Victoria Trussell, magna cum laude. Regan Caitlin Durr, magna cum laude. Riley W. Cisco, magna cum laude. Casey Elizabeth Shepard, Honors College Scholar.
Angel Ponsofia Ing.
Abigail Elizabeth Treadwell. Jocelyn Weary, cum laude.
Chantel Lee Iacono. Lisabeth Marie Stillwell. Asia Jade Coons. Rakia Yannick Kidd.
Lydia Caroline Phyllis, summa cum laude. Kirsten B. Tompkins, cum laude.
Connor Lee Heron. Taylor Nicole Howard.
Elizabeth Grace Garrison. Caitlin Diane Geib.
Abraham Yejong Song, magna cum laude. Brittany Lee Young.
Kaylee Rihanna Bledsoe.
Kayla Jordan Rogers. Andre Del Rio Jackson Jr.
Zoe Gabrielle Willis.
Tara Michael O'Leary Steeb. Sarah R. Norman. Maurice Azer, summa cum laude, Honors College Scholar.
Jaquandra Algeria Shadasha Robinson. Flavie Elgin, summa cum laude. Madison E. Evans, summa cum laude, Honors College Scholar.
Lauren I. Shiver, magna cum laude. Stephanie Harris Brown, cum laude.
Solana Lucero, Canada.
Julianne R. Gerstenberger. Ryan Grace Davis, cum laude.
Hannah LaBella, cum laude.
Kayla Suzanne Sedgwick. Lauren Nicole Bishop. Allison Jewel Robinson, cum laude.
Candace A. Todd. Jada Nicole Conyers.
Tiffany Siobhan Washington. Barisian Erabari Mitwani. Jada A. Thomas.
Kaylin Aria Spears. Kamaya Dejanay Reese.
Alicia Monet Waiters. Megan Taylor Dyer.
Josie Grace Black, summa cum laude.
Chandler McLure Borum.
Jacqueline Machado Mecki. cum laude.
Kennedy Alexis Cheney. Sarah Brooke Fouquet, magna cum laude.
Candace Andrea Miller. Jaron Terrell O'Neill, magna cum laude. Angelique Cheyenne Hutton. Victoria Claire Lanier.
Crystal Elaine Bryant Jones, cum laude.
Monique Jasmine Patagayon Labares.
Heather Caitlin Fain Acuna. Catherine Olivia Eichel. Isabel Elise Piacentini.
Catherine Jane Connor, cum laude.
Abigail Renee Tedder. Victoria Emily Slayton, cum laude.
Kawenda Ann Harris. Deandra Leanne Bacon.
Maya Ariana Foster, cum laude.
Elisa Perry, cum laude.
Andrea L. Brown, summa cum laude.
Samantha Lacey Summers, cum laude.
Emma Rose Charipka. Sarah Farmer Godby.
Rajan Dairon Taishir Hicks.
Alexis Chantal Walker. Maurice Brown. Morgan Elena Shin. Lucitha Violet Robbins Rice, magna cum laude. Diana Nungha Tran.
Amaya Kiani McDaniel, magna cum laude. Mianti Nikel Young.
Sarah Elizabeth Lybrand. Jada Kennedy McNeil, cum laude.
Shania Ayana Hogue.
Deja Monique Tolbert. Rohia O. Manjang. Austin Yeomans. Harley Taylor Stanford. John Garrett Dawson.
Lyndon Kinder Cannon IV. Julia Rebecca Weiner, cum laude. Melissa Ann Kushner, summa cum laude.
Catherine Marie Lynch, summa cum laude.
Julianne Namora, cum laude. Mary Catherine Jones, magna cum laude. Brooke Allison Knock, summa cum laude. Destiny Samara Howells.
Anicia Rouser.
Brianna Aaron Hutchison, magna cum laude. Allison True Olson, cum laude.
Georgia Ingrid McManus.
Courtney Dawn Shelkey.
Jordan N. Farr.
Jenna Claire New. Sun T. Ho. Carly Litton Butler. Ashleyanna Danielle Johnson. Brooke Caitlin Horn, magna cum laude.
Ashley Shaquita Walker. Victoria Metz, summa cum laude.
Jordan Lee Wilkerson.
Sarah Elizabeth Pierce, cum laude.
Madison Pauline Bailey.
Rebecca Joyce Mona, magna cum laude. Unique Shaquan Shaw.
Caitlin Janae Gilead, cum laude.
Ariana Crystal Janae Hill, cum laude. Jada Nari Law.
Jakaya Kiesia Fletcher. Jolie Elan Lippincott.
Macy Lachey Starks. Amber Ruth Harmon.
Mia Elizabeth Adams. Sydney Mackenzie Burley.
Winter Milan Walton, cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Bright.
Joanna Lee Carrico.
Julia J. Scroggs, magna cum laude. Leanna Mitchell. Desiree Watko.
Haley Isabel Malone.
Susanna Elizabeth Jones.
William Gregory Flores II. Tyler Ethan DeFranco, cum laude. Simone Zipporah Ellison.
Shannon Price. Dylan Cole Laracy.
Lindsay Marie Neidlinger. Martika Dorsonville, magna cum laude.
Angel Roberson, cum laude.
Whitney Renee Ricardo, cum laude. Jacob Howell Hadley. Andrea Blanco Suazo, magna cum laude.
Sabrina Hing Lang Bui. China Tiara Moreland, cum laude.
Ryan Christopher Rowan. Ryan Jamshed Tagipur. Wee Quang Tran.
Moses Harris.
Rico Quinnell Arnold II.
Nayeli Mercado.
Carlos D. Hunt.
Charissa Eudora Deloach, summa cum laude. Presley Renee McClure, cum laude. Teresa D. Booker. Tiffany Monique Drake. Victoria Marie Grimm. Erin Caitlin Dunn.
Laura Braun James.
Morgan Elizabeth Levant. Tyler Danielle Rollins.
Brittany LaShawn Baines, magna cum laude.
Anna Purvis, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Lynn Davis, magna cum laude.
Kahealani K. Naki, cum laude.
Did I say 4,200 degrees in the last 5 days? Woo! Way to go, Georgia Southern. This completes the conferring of degrees. In a moment, I will ask you to stand and join in the singing of our alma mater, to be followed by the recessional. Graduates, once the recessional begins, please follow the faculty as you recess out. We're encouraging everyone to proceed to the exits in an orderly fashion and meet up with family members outside. But first, graduates, listen up. This is very, very important. It is now your privilege to move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side to signify your status as a graduate of Georgia Southern University. Family and friends, I present to you the class of 2023. Now please stand as you are able for the singing of our alma mater, to be followed by the recessional of the stage party, faculty, and graduates. The alma mater will be led by Elizabeth Jones, and in case you haven't memorized the words, they're on page 50 of your program or on the screen. Elizabeth, lead us in the alma mater.